We saw the warm-up is on the way, Adam, and I saw we may tick above 85 by the weekend. And I saw the National Weather Service of Seattle tweeting that only happens in 85 in September once every couple of years or so.
Right, every other year. So it didn't happen last year. It didn't happen in 2020. So I guess we're on plan to hit it again this year, which our forecast is calling for that. And that's probably going to be more into the weekend. We'll talk about that here shortly. But here, a warm-up today out ahead of this disturbance right here that you can see that is starting to spin its way up into British Columbia, extreme southeast Alaska. That is going to provide some clouds and some moisture up that way. Not enough down this way to really produce any sort of precipitation, but as that comes on through, some extra clouds late tonight and into early tomorrow morning. Plus, it's going to bring in a little more of that reinforcing dose of onshore flow. So for today, you can see wildfire smoke farther south and east across the state, and a little bit of that across the parts of the northern Cascades. But then we'll head into late tonight and into the day tomorrow, and you can see a lot of that gets blown off towards the west as that happens. And we'll still have to deal with that getting closer to Spokane and across maybe getting closer to Moses Lake right there in the center of the state, and then definitely over into Idaho and Montana. But the wildfires still going to be there, and then into the day tomorrow too, with some of the extra wind that's going to kick up and the relatively low humidity. We might have to deal with some possible wildfire dangers with that because of just the wind and some of that being fanned by the flames that we're going to have. So looking at tomorrow's forecast, air quality wise, you can see a lot of us here on this side of the Cascades will be pretty good. And you can see farther towards the east across the Cascades, we're seeing a lot more of the green showing up too, with that onshore flow beginning to pick up. Just the concern will be with the fire dangers being elevated a little bit because of the stronger winds and the low humidity. We'll talk about that here in a second, but you can see skies clear. Blue skies, not much of that haze at all showing up out along the coast or either for Bellingham, as we're seeing a lot of the blue skies there too. A good afternoon to you. Where we are seeing it, Winthrop right now. And you're noticing, yeah, the sky is definitely hazy here. You can tell there's some blue showing up, but it's a different story than what we're seeing on this side of the mountain. 70 degrees, Seattle looking gorgeous. Going to be another comfortable day, just a few degrees warmer than what we had back on Monday. West winds coming in at 7 miles per hour. 72 right now in Bremerton, 72 also in Olympia, 73 in Puyallup, and then seeing some of the 60s up around Mount Vernon, Port Angeles, and then around Hoquiam at 72. So here's a look at the satellite and radar picture. Again, things quiet here across the state and for most of the west coast. High pressure, still the dominant feature. It's strengthening a little bit today, but it is going to give way to this area of low pressure and more of that trough that's going to start to dig down in here into the Pacific Northwest, leading to some of those extra clouds. Now back to the fire concern. We have red flag warnings out for the western slopes of the Cascades until midnight tonight. Hot and dry conditions, more the main focus as we go throughout the day for this area right here. Now, as you go farther to the east, the wind will play a little more of a factor, plus more of those low humidities that we're going to see into the day tomorrow. That red flag warning starts up at 8 a.m. and lasts until 10 p.m. on Wednesday. Then you see the tan shaded area right here. We're still just a little over 24 hours out, so still a fire weather watch out for areas farther to the south. I do think that's just going to be upgraded to a fire weather or to a red flag warning, though, as we head later on into the day. For tonight, expect to see a few of those passing clouds. It looks like those will be high and thin. And then by tomorrow, that system moving on through, going to bring in some extra clouds. No moisture associated with them, though. Those will move on by as we go deeper into tomorrow morning, 11 o'clock. And then by tomorrow afternoon, it looks like we're pretty much sunny, and we're going to see the cool down behind that as highs will fall out of the upper 70s and lower 80s back down into the mid 70s on Wednesday and lower 70s by Thursday. Heating back up for the weekend. There's that Saturday forecast, 87 degrees above 85, back down to 83 on Sunday. Seahawks, they're back in town. They're back in action on Monday. 78 degrees. A warm welcome back for Russell Wilson.
Yeah, until kickoff. We'll see what happens then.